Okay, so what you've seen me do up there was something called leg raises, and this is one of the exercises that I rarely see it done correctly. For some reason, people tend to cheat on it. So today I decided to give you 3 tips so that you can get proper engagement from this exercise and look very professional, look very slick, as if you were a gymnast. So the first one is actually your position. What you want to do is to elevate your arms just parallel to your ears, grab the bar and keep the elbow locked out and arms straight at all times. If you start to bend, which is what people typically do, you're actually missing out on the exercise, because the point of this exercise is to actually get your toes towards the bar, towards where your arms are at. So if your goal is to get here, then once you do bend the arms, you end up with your legs here and you're missing out on this range of motion, not getting quite the engagement that you want to from this exercise. Okay. The second thing that happens is that actually once bending the arms, you're limiting yourself, because you won't be able to get that length that you need to be able to bring the toes towards the bar. So what I suggest doing instead is to grab the bar, and I know this is a bit counterintuitive, but you want to actually push away from the bar towards the ground and extend your body as much as you can, and this will give you room to move a little bit from the pelvic area, and that is what will allow you to feel a really strong engagement in the core, really strong compression as you move up, and actually be at the same height with the bar once your toes get to that height. The second point is also related to the position, and what you actually want to do is to keep something that's called hollow position. For those of you who know it, this is exactly what you're trying to do. For those who don't, this is how this looks like. So instead of staying vertical with your arms straight, what you want to do is create an arc. So tuck the belly in, move your arms in this position and your feet forward. What happens is, this is the arc that you're looking for, and this is the base position every time you go back to your feet towards the ground. At no point you should bring your feet that are underneath you. You should keep them in front of you so that you can see them, and this is allowing you to keep that tension throughout the body without losing energy. Okay, and just to demonstrate the point of the hollow position a little bit better, I will demonstrate how you can practice on the ground before you jump on the bar, so that you can really feel how you should feel once you're up there. So you're gonna get with your butt on the ground, essentially try to roll onto your spine as if this was a semicircle, and what this does is that it eliminates any space that you might have between the core and the lower back here. Then you're going to place your arm just like I showed you before, feet, and hold. Okay, you want to practice this a little bit on the ground, will give you a really nice feeling, and this is exactly what you should be doing up there. That being said, let's jump onto the second exercise, okay? Alright, so second one was pretty similar. The only difference is that your legs are going into a circle, clockwise, anti-clockwise. You can play with it however you want. bases are exactly the same. Keep your arms nice and straight, keep your belly tucked in, try to keep the hollow position and your feet in front so that you get a better engagement and cover any energy leaks. Let's do the last one. Okay, last one is something that I like to do once I've done a few sets of the previous two and I got a little bit tired and I can't do them with proper form, then I'll jump onto that one. And things to point out in that exercise is, again, keeping your feet nice and pointed, engaged, bringing your knees high towards your chest, and then rotating from the pelvic area to be able to bring your knee towards your chin. Once you've done that, you can rotate back and then bring your foot ahead of you as before. That's the exercise. And lastly, just before I lose the battery on my camera, let me just show you some common mistakes that people tend to do in these exercises. And the first one that they do is obviously bending the arms and also bending the legs as they go up, okay? So what they'll do is, it's kind of like this thing, okay? It's nice and easy, but actually, does it work the core? Arguably not. The second one that people tend to do is kind of like the same, but they will do the CrossFitter one where they let their legs go behind them and then kick up. So it looks something like this, okay? They'll go behind, then they'll do this, boom, behind, get momentum, boom, behind, get momentum, boom, okay? Once again, does this work your core? I don't know about you, I feel my arms a lot, swinging my back a little bit, but core, certainly not. So let's not do that, okay? And lastly, for the last exercise that people will do is actually one more thing before I jump into the last one is the rotations clockwise and anti-clockwise. People will do this thing and then the bend. I can't even do it that way, guys. I don't know how people do that. It's completely outrageous. I don't know why they do that. I don't know what they work. But it just, I guess, makes them feel better because they take lots of space and convulsions and do some rubbish. Anyway, last one that people will do, which is not exactly very bad, but it's not the best from that exercise, is for the last variation. So they'll go behind and then they'll do this. Okay? So fair enough, works a little bit of core, but actually, once again, you're missing on so many points here, and you're missing on the opportunity of getting a really nice, strong core. Okay, so those were the exercises I wanted to show you today. I hope you've learned something, and yes, you can cheat by doing all these little things like bending the arms, swinging, kicking your knees, but actually, you're just fooling yourself because you're not really doing what you should be doing, and you're not getting from the core the maximum that you could. So guys, please follow these tips and let me know how they go. Let me know if you feel any difference and if you want any more details on other stuff as well.